Hey there everyone, it's Misterstubstep, and today I can finally showcase my FLASHFIRE complete set of the Pokemon trading card game. As you can see, this binder is extremely appropriate for this set because this set does contain the most Charizards that have ever been in an English trading card set. To start off with some administrative information, this set has 109 cards total, 3 of those cards being secret rares, and this set was released on May 7th of 2014, which I was doing the math. In May of this year, that'll have been of 9 years since this set has come out. That is so crazy, time is just flying. So we will start out with going through the individual cards, and then at the end I'll do some big flips if you just want to see the full pages in all their glory. So overall, a fairly small set. I would say it's an easy to complete set, except for the Charizards being ridiculously expensive, but there are some hidden gems in here, which is nice, like this Metapod. I love it. Gotta love sets that start out with just a basic bug Pokemon, because a lot of times in the video games, it's the first thing that you run into. And let me know what you think of the reverse holo of the X and Y era. The holo foil is pretty simple, but nice also. It's subtle. But yeah, I wasn't collecting the TCG when this set came out, but my cousin sent me over some of the most expensive cards in the set. So I was like, well, now that I have the most expensive cards, the rest of the set isn't that unreasonable to collect. These Charizards, I'm telling you, they add up over time. This one was not reprinted in Evolutions. This one was, and this one was. So their prices kind of reflect slightly less. And I do think the Mega Charizard X does look better within this set. Ponyta Rapidash. I do remember playing some of the theme decks on the Pokemon trading card game online that do contain some FLASHFIRE cards though. Yeah, the theme deck game was fun, and currently in live, they don't really have a theme deck format, so hopefully when the game fully releases, they add a few more formats that people can play in, but we'll see. Overall, yeah, that Quillfish about to burst, or maybe just holding its breath. Maybe Quillfish can't even breathe underwater. Feebas always looking coolest. This Milotic, very beautiful. That Energy Grace. Not my favorite Milotic artwork ever, or Milotic. Oh, I love Spiel. I love seeing Spiel and Legends Arceus just rolling around. That just brings me happiness. And then Walrein always freaks me out. Imagine if a Walrein was running right at you. It'd be slow, but it would be terrifying. It'd be like the villain in a scary movie. Got a Love Disc. Very beautiful Love Disc card. Pretty useless Pokemon, but it's speedy, I guess. Got Weasel and Floatzel. Got Bergmite. Oh, look at little Bergmite. And then we got Avalugg, who got a new form in a Hisuian form. It's a little bit dirtier. We got Shinx, looking happy as ever. I do like the Shinx line. I did have one when I originally played through Pokemon Diamond. I thought Luxray was pretty cool. And we got the Magnezone EX. Look at that. It's pretty nice. The Helioptile, looking cute and you know, unassuming. Got the Heliolisk. I think I had a Heliolisk on my team as well. I like that Pokemon. Duskull, I've always liked the Duskull line. I love just bulky Pokemon that could potentially serve as walls. That Dusknoir is actually a really nice holo. It's not bad at all. We have the Toxicroak EX. Look at that. It's so crazy to think that we're going to be going to artworks like that again with the upcoming Scarlet and Violet TCG. Got the Esper and the Meowstic. And then we're moving right into Skrelp, which I'm not going to have Dragalge next to it because I think Dragalge would be probably either Dragon or colorless, but I'm not sure if they're in there in this set, to be honest with you. We have the Golem. I never really looked at this Golem card. It's pretty nice. I like it. I always thought Graveler was the final evolution and Golem was the mid-evolution, or just a completely different Pokemon. That evolution line always confused me. And then I could never get Golem because I didn't have any friends to trade with, so I always just had a really strong Graveler and that traded Kadabra, or that traded Abra that you would get. I forget which town in the original Generation 1. I mean, Kadabra was still really strong, high special attack. It was super frail. Got 2 artworks of Stunky in this set to get that Skunk Tank. Or I would say Skunk Tank, but it's just Skun Tank. Unless that's a typo. I don't think that's a typo. I think it's just Skun Tank, even though I've always called it Skunk Tank because it's based off a skunk. Got Krokorok, super sassy. Well, I guess there's no Crocodile in this set. Got Scraggy and Scrafty. I think that's a cool line. Interesting typing, but fairy kind of nullifies it. I love Fortress and some good Komiya artwork to boot. Some of that's a little bit more of the simpler Komiya artwork. Some of my Komiya's artworks are pretty crazy, but it's nice to know there's some subtle ones every now and then. Got a few Flabébé artworks, a lot of Floette artworks. Rest in peace to the fairy type within the TCG. And then we have 2 Floettes, but only 1 Florges, which I'm pretty sure these, I think all the holos in the reverse rares within this set were at least over $1. I can't remember exactly which ones were super competitive. If I remember, I'll probably mention it. And then this is the card that I think looks really cool. It's rare that Mega Charizard EX gets a card, and just the blue and everything, that's just a really cool looking card. It's really hard to differentiate from the secret rare though, just based on a quick glance. Oh yeah, so the Dragalge is in the dragon section. I was questioning myself whether or not there's dragon typing within this set, because it took a while for the dragon type to show up again in Sword and Shield block, which was interesting. And then we have Goodra with the Gooey Regeneration. Nice. Like that Goodra. Or Pidgey. Oh man. I mean, Pidgey, I wouldn't want to mess with a Pidgey, but especially I wouldn't want to mess with a Spearow. Pidgey is a lot more popular. Got the Pidgeot. Nice. You even got the Kangaskhan line in here. Kangaskhan EX and the Mega Kangaskhan EX. Wham, bam, punch. Flip a coin until you get tails attack. There's 30 more damage for each heads. Ooh, I wonder if there was a stadium card or anything that would give you more favorable, or give you the option to coin flip again during this time. Because I feel like the Mega Kangaskhan EX might have been one of the better cards. I can't remember, to be honest. Got Furret, Miltank. I wish I could pull the Miltank from Silver Tempest, because I keep running into that in my decks, and then I can't do anything, and then I have to use some attackers that I usually don't use to attack. So it's weird, you know, powering them up. Got the Fletchling, got the Furfrou. Bet you Furfrou doesn't have very many cards, I'm gonna be honest. And then the Blacksmith. This was also one of the more expensive cards within the set, because it is a very useful supporter card for fire decks. Taps 2 fire energy cards from your disc pile to one of your fire Pokemon. And then Fiery Torch. Discard a fire energy from your hand. If you can't afford a fire, or if you can't discard it, you can't play this card. Draw 2 cards. And Lysander. A lot of people like using Lysander for Boss's Orders. Let me know what your favorite form of Boss's Orders is. Giovanni, Cyrus, Lysander. There's some really cool ones out there. Again, Storm Palpad. Another card that will be useful for probably all of eternity. Shuffling 2 supporter cards from your discard pile into your deck. Pokemon Center Lady, Pokemon Fan Club, pretty generic card. A lot of the beginner decks have a card similar to that in there. Protection Cube. Got the Sacred Ash. Nice, bringing Pokemon back into the, instead of like Energy Recycler, we have Sacred Ash. The Startling Megaphone. I feel like all Megaphones are pretty startling if you're not expecting it. Trick Shovel. The Ultra Ball, a classic, one of the older Ultra Balls. And then we have, yes, now we finally get into the full arts. Not a ton of full arts within this set. I do really like this Charizard EX full art. It surprisingly isn't as expensive as I thought it would be, but it's still a really nice card. The Magnezone, I really like the Magnezone in this set too. Some people are kind of off-put by the X and Y full arts, which I kind of understand. Some of them look horrible and some of them look great. For example, this Toxicroak EX looks kind of meh. I do like the coloring, it looks weird. It's almost like too far up close, I don't know how to explain it. This Kangaskhan EX full art though isn't bad. I like it. But this Lysander though, oh my gosh. That is just a commanding card right there. Imagine using that to boss. I mean, I guess Lysander's its own thing, but it's the equivalent of Boss's Orders. Imagine whipping that Lysander out and be like, bring your Pokemon from the bench now. Pokemon Center Layer, that's a cute one. The Pokemon Fan Club, and then we're getting into the secret rares. So we have the Charizard Y in the secret rare form, and you can tell because it's 107 out of 106, the numerator greater than the denominator. And then we move into the reason why I was waiting on showing you guys this complete set, because I finally got this card back from grading from my cousin's collection. I got the 4, which I wasn't expecting anything crazy, but this card is surprisingly expensive just to get raw, so I figured I'd get it graded. And then we finish up with that Mega Kangaskhan EX secret rare. And this one's a lot more obvious with the gold, but these two, they have like the gold trim. It's just a lot harder to tell the difference. I might put this next to the Mega Charizard when I do the big flips. But I think I do have some just random exclusives on this page. Yeah, I have the non-holo deck exclusive for my Milotic, as well as Heliolisk, as well as Meowstic. I think is that the crystal, yeah, the shattered glass or crystal hollow, whatever it's called. And then we got the blacksmith. There's a few variants of the blacksmith. This one isn't like the most expensive, but it has like hollow only on these portions, so it's like a reverse hollow, or I can't remember. There's an actual name for this type of hollow foil, but maybe I'll have it down below. Maybe I'll let somebody guess in the comments. Same thing with this fiery torch, and then this crosshatch. I love that foiling so much. Pokemon League promo. It's not worth a ton of money, but I just thought it was super cool, and I found it along my way, so I figured I would add it to the binder. So, do some nice long flips. Love that full art page. Beautiful. Some decent trainer cards. Bit of FLASHFIRE. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the set. Let me know if you have any cards from the set, or if you plan to complete it, or if you already have a complete set. I think it's a fairly reasonable set to complete, besides the Charizards. The Charizards can be pretty pricey because there are a lot of them. I think there are 6 in total. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think there's at least 6 in total, maybe more. But yeah, Charizard definitely reigns supreme in this set. Naturally, it named FLASHFIRE, even though Charizard doesn't get that ability. But still, interesting to compare. And then, oh shoot, there is no, I'll just continue the flips. And then we can compare to the Dragon one. So let's see, can you guys see the difference between these two? So the plastic's covering it a little bit. Yeah, so like it's dark here and then gold there, but it is extremely subtle, and then like more gold on the edges. But the biggest thing you want to look at is that number being greater than. So I want to thank y'all so much for watching. This was I was super happy to complete this set. I think this binder was a gift for my sister. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Let me know what you thought, and I will catch y'all in the next one.